Hello everyone, I'm here with two different sewing machines. I have this 403A, which A means made in America. I have not cleaned the outside, so don't look at the outside. I do that at the end and I disinfect it before it goes to the people. And I have this Feather Light, which is, or Featherweight, which is a 221-1, which she gave me the little manual, which is nice because this kind of helps me, if I have to do a different type of adjustment. And the same thing, I have not cleaned it yet. Okay, and I'll have to rethread this one to show us in the video, but I'll put it on pause and thread it and get it ready. This one here had a whole bunch of stuff stuck underneath. This is called a top feed, and it was stuck underneath. There's this little bracket here. I want to go over this real quick because, a lot of people don't know this. If you lift up on the bracket and slide it, it'll slide all the way over, and then you can take out your bobbin, one of these days, casing. The bobbin casing, not the bobbin casing, to get out all the thread that gets stuck underneath it, okay? And let's see, we're going on of this. This is your throat plate, which is right here, and this is called your face plate, okay? This is your tension. I'm doing a 2-ply cotton. It can go between a 5 and a 4. I have it on a 5 because it's kind of a little stiff material. Let's see. This is your needle placement. This is your zigzag. This is your straight stitch or width, length. Your light here, your switch to turn it off and then on, like that. This here is your foot, pressure foot, where you put the pressure. So if you wanted to go tighter, you have to roll it down. If you want to use lighter material, you want to go up. Let's see. Oh, and this one has a thing on showing you how to thread it, and the bottom how to thread it. A lot of them don't have that. It's nice when this one has it. Oh, see, I was doing a special on these little things to match your felties. And, but she just went ahead and wanted a red one. So I said, okay, I'll do ahead and put that on instead of having a black one. It's kind of neat to have a different color. It kind of gives it more fun. Anyway, when you want to make a bobbin, this is your bobbin. Well, you put your thread on it. And then you want to come this way and hook it here. And then you come down here and you go around this. And then you pull this up like this and you move it up here. And then you put your bobbin on here. And this is your adjuster. You can adjust it down there if you want to make it fill up how much you want it to fill. And then when it's done, you put this back down so it's out of the way. Everybody always asks me, what's this one for? You got one for here and you got one here, but what's this one for? Well, I always tell people, when you're working on a really big project and you want to make a bunch of bobbins, this is a good place to put 2 more bobbins here to get ready so you don't have to, go back and have to make another one. You have 2 already made, stick them here, and then this way when they're empty, you put them up here until they're all gone, and then you go back through and you make all 3 of them again, and then you have bobbins for enough for another project, okay? To thread this one, you want to go from the back side right here, okay? Oh yeah, forget to tell you. This one's got cams. I don't want you to forget there's a cam inside, okay? And when you want to thread it, you thread it from the back side. You want to make sure the foot is in the highest position. This opens those chambers right here, okay? When it's low, it's tight, and then the chambers won't receive the thread. So we want to pick that up. And you want to start threading here, and then here you go through this hookup. You go in here, you bring this thread across, but you got to go all the way this way and then back, and it gets stuck in this little upper thingy. This is like a uptake for the tension to help the tension stay controlled. Then you want to put it in the actual uptake, which is going to pull it through the thread through the machine. And then this is your another hookup, and there's a hook up here and then a little one here, and sometimes you can hook it and sometimes you don't have to. It's not like it needs it there, but if you want to put it there, you can. And but then when you're ready to sew, you put this down, okay? Then let's see, we're gonna put my foot on that pedal and we're gonna let you hear how it's running. It sounds a lot better. It was a little slow in the beginning, but it's doing better now. Much quieter. Great sewing machine, doing really well. And then I always tell people, make sure you always reverse it. So you can lock in your stitching, and it goes this way. And we'll just do a quick circle. Like that. All right, and then we'll look at what we just got done sewing perfectly. I put on the largest thread so she can see how it's running. Anyway, let me put you on hold for a second so I can get the other one thread. So just hold on. All right, part two. All right, I couldn't figure out why I wasn't still sewing. The lady said I couldn't get it to sew. Well, I found out she had the wrong needle in the machine, and I'll show you. Okay, I know it says Singer. Okay, it says Singer. Okay, and it's a colored one. Okay, and the colored ones don't work on the older versions. You have to use the old needles because they're a tad longer, and the tip right here at the back has to have a spindle on it. This one doesn't have that, and you have to have one that has a point, so when it goes up there, it hooks into that little point, up inside, and this one's flat, and the flat ones don't work. I know, I've done this hundreds of times. Anyway, and she had a lot of play in the belt, and I got done retightening this motor. It needed to be pushed down because of the play. Now, what I mean by play, is when the belt starts getting old, it's rubber, it starts to stretch, and the play starts to happen on this machine, and then the machine will just kind of like it's running, but it's not pulling this thing through. But now I got it all working really well. And so we're going to go ahead and continue with this one now. And let's see what else we're going to do. This one threads up here the same way, threads like this, goes into this hookup, and you want this foot up so you can open up the chambers. See, chambers are open. When you put the foot down, chambers close. That means the tension's ready and set, okay? So right now we have it open, so we can put it in there in this slot, and it goes around this way, and you got to pull this way. Sometimes I hold on to this thread when I pull this way so I don't have to pull too much through, and it gets put right on this little guy here, and then it goes up to the uptake down here into this hookup, and then right into the needle hookup. Now this one is in the hookup, so I made sure of it because it actually works better if you do so. Then you put your foot down, okay? This one here, there's only one spooler. Okay, there's no other spools holder, so you have to use this. You have to take it, unthread it, and you hook it on here, and you come over here, and you go around this guy. Then you go ahead and put it on this one, and then this gets pulled down into the belt. So this rides on the belt itself, okay? And then when you're done, you just pick it back up so it's out of the way, and so you can use it so you don't keep hitting your hand on it. I know, I hit my hand on it several times. Anyway, so that's how that one works, okay? And this is the on and off switch. It runs the light too. This basically has the same thing that the bigger one has, but it has, it only does straight stitch only. And it does have one of these, and I need to bring it down just a little bit because I'm using a 4-ply. And that's down means heavier material, up means lighter material. So I'm going to go down a little bit to help feed that better. And just got done adjusting it. I will clean the sewing machine before she comes and gets it. And we're going to see how this one runs. So, because that's all it takes is learning how to run. This is your reverse. It's still like the Singer. So we're going to put a reverse in. Oh yeah, this is running so much better. And then you go forward, much quieter. This is what it's supposed to sound like. Not, click, click, or not running. So we're going to do this. And some people say, well, why don't you have your needle down to turn? Well, you don't have to. I mean, you just have to know, your limits. And some people need it, some people don't. So it's up to you what you want to do. And there you go. It's stitching beautifully, perfectly, even underneath. So this machine, she's going to pick them up today. It's really nice. This is called a bottom feed on these because it's feeding from the bottom. And it's pretty easy. When you want to thread the needle, though, itself, well, a second, let me go ahead and move this. I want to move it to the center, so you can leave it on there as a cushion. And put the needle down. There we go. All right. When you want to thread this machine, you always thread it from the base inside this way, okay? If you thread it this way, it won't sew, and if you thread it this way, the needle's in there wrong. The needle has to be where it's facing this, going this way, okay? This one here, I just want to go over this one real quick. This one's needle's facing towards you, so that means the thread goes in this way, okay? But that's basically it for this video. I just want to go over a little bit about the sewing machines, and but I will write it on there, the description about both sewing machines. It's going to one lady, and I told her I'd make a video, not separate video, but a together video of her sewing machine, so she can watch it as a continuance, and that way she doesn't have to, watch a different video. She just watches one. Anyway, have a blessed day and keep following, subscribing. Share my videos. Share them with your friends, especially if they're thinking about learning to sew and they want to know a little bit more about a sewing machine. These are only reviews. I'm not going to tell you which one's the better one to buy, because technically, so far, these older versions are nice. I love the older versions better than the newer fangled ones. I get so confused with them sometimes. But the older ones are so much better for everybody because they don't break down so easily. And if they do, you get a mechanic like me that can actually help you and get them up and running again. But if you go and get one that needs a tech, I couldn't really help you with those because I'm not a tech. I'm just a mechanic. So anyway, have a blessed day. And hopefully if you have a sewing machine like this, I love to hear from you. And just have a great day. Okay. Bye-bye.